This is Significantly So with Loving LeAnn, and we are here in the beautiful AC Hotel at Buckhead at Phipps Plaza. But don't be surprised. Yes, this is a very amazing hotel, but the real feature is the lady that I get to sit with and talk to today, the one and only Maxine Cain of Atlanta. Hello, Maxine.
Hi there, how are you?
I am well, and not only do I get to sit and talk with you as a significant woman in Atlanta making moves,
Thank you.
but I also get to talk to Maxine as a woman that I've been able to build a relationship with and consider a great friend. So again, welcome to Significantly So.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here today. It's a beautiful day, although it's raining, but you know, it's a new year.
It's a new year. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
So tell me, what is one of your, let's not say resolutions,
Right.
what is one of your focuses for 2017?
My focus for 2017 is to win in the marketplace, to serve women and girls, and to help them embrace and understand the advantages of science, technology, engineering, and math.
I love it, which brings us to STEM Atlanta Women.
Yes.
You are the CEO and founder.
Yes.
And what does STEM, tell us what STEM does, what is your focus and initiatives, and why is STEM important to you?
Well, first of all, STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And STEM Atlanta Women is a nonprofit organization designed to empower, educate, and to bring awareness to women and girls, again, on the advantages and the global opportunities in STEM. And we serve the underrepresented and underserved communities, more specifically our black and brown girls, but we're open to all diverse groups.
Wow. And tell me, why do you think that our brown and black girls especially, but overall, females in general, shy away from STEM or not really embraced?
You know, that's a really interesting question, and I've been really doing a lot of research on that as well. A lot of times it's because they're not aware, so that's the enlightenment piece. They're not aware, and they don't necessarily understand what it is, you know, relative to science, technology, engineering, and math. And a lot of it in high schools, like middle school and high schoolers, they think of engineering as this boring, sitting behind a computer, you know, just something that's just not sexy and cool to be a part of.
A lot of our young girl youth think that it's not sexy and cool because they cannot connect the dots with
beauty. They can't connect the dots with how is it going to help me grow in my career. They feel that, you know, math and science and engineering is just sitting behind a computer in a room that's completely boring,
cold and dungeon.
Like they can't, you know, exert their creativity.
Right.
They can't really embrace what it is that they want to do.
Exactly.
And so that entrepreneurial spirit too, you know, a lot of them have the entrepreneurial spirit. They want to do a lot of the things that they want to do, and they feel like that's more of an old, antiquated kind of like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
So, you know, with our young girls coming up, it's so important to help them to understand that there's so much more to science, technology, engineering, and math. And our goal is to help them to see what those opportunities and advantages are by doing various different types of events, and to just give them the awareness and understanding through colleges, through various institutions, whether it's a beauty and technology event, whether it's a movie premiere. You know, there's so many opportunities out there to give them the enlightenment and the awareness of what it is to be a part of STEM.
So making learning fun.
Making learning fun.
I love that. And cool. And sexy.
Cool.
And sexy. Look.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So that is great. So tell me, I know that that's your passion. So how did you come to be so interested and just so driven for STEM? And
good question. Well, I have a 21-year career in the telecommunications industry. I was a national HR leader for one of the top Fortune 50 companies out here. And as a national HR leader, our goal is to try to staff individuals in our technology space, whether it's in network, engineering, what have you. And that was one of the hardest positions to try to staff for, and trying to get the good talent in the female space.
Wow.
And so, typically you find your white males or your Asian males in that space, but you don't really find a lot of women. And, from a diversity standpoint, it was very important for us to try to staff women in those positions. And as we would do a lot of our research and recruiting and development, we would just not find people interested, especially African American women. They're not interested, they're not really trying to pursue careers in that space. And so over time, I just thought, wow, that's really interesting, because when you really understand that technology is the #1 industry in the world today, and it's really a cool space to be in, because everything that we do centers around technology. It touches it, everything.
Right.
And so just from cooking at home to watching television to, clothing design, makeup, everything centers around technology now.
Certainly.
Healthcare. And so, when I retired from Verizon a year ago, it just kind of fell in my lap. Someone was trying to get me to be involved in helping their organizations to raise money for a worthy cause. But when you're doing that, you have to go out and get various sponsors.
Right.
Well, the sponsors that were in my network were really all about technology-related issues, and so a lot of the companies out here were just not there.
Okay.
And so I always wanted to know, what am I going to sell? What am I selling to get you the sponsorship dollars? And I found that a lot of people still were not really embracing that tech space.
Right.
And so I went home one day and I just really thought about, this is an opportunity for us to really bring some awareness and understanding to technology and innovation. And so I started with STEM Atlanta Women.
Wow. Well, let our viewers know how they can get in touch with STEM Atlanta Women, and any social media handles, anything that we want to share to make sure that people know how to get themselves involved,
Absolutely.
if not our young girls.
Absolutely. So you can find us on Facebook. We are STEM Atlanta Women, which we have hashtag STEM Atlanta Women, hashtag I am STEM, and we also have hashtag Girl Pivot, which is our signature conference for women who are entrepreneurs in the Atlanta area who are seeking funding and ways to really grow their business. The same for Twitter, hashtag STEM Atlanta Women. And we also like I am STEM.
I am STEM. I love it. Well, Maxine, I appreciate you really sharing a lot about your professional, but now tell us about Maxine Cain that most people won't know about. So I know just by being around you and reading on you, I know that you're a mother.
Yes.
Tell me about motherhood.
Well, I am a mother. I have 2 children. I have a daughter, Lauren, who's 18, and I have a son, Brandon, who's 23. And they really are my heartbeat. I love my children. They're super smart. Lauren is a senior at Alpharetta High School, and my son graduated from the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Me too. Did you know that?
I did not know
Wow,
that.
I did.
Wow, I did not know that. So he's really into producing music, videography, photography, what have you. And so he, I just didn't want to put him in a typical college where I didn't think he was going to thrive,
Right.
But he really is into what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Media production and all that. And when we found the school, it was just a dream come true to him because he was able to do some amazing things over there. But motherhood is really my lifestyle. I think that being a mother is my first order of business.
Okay.
I really feel that, embracing motherhood and raising my children according to the will of God and helping them to be the best that they can be is my first order of business as a mom. And as a professional, it's important to balance the two.
Well, let me ask you, I don't know if you've been following on social media, Facebook, they've been asking questions where you're supposed to ask your children.
Okay.
What, just off the cuff, these series of questions. So I'm going to ask you, what do you think your children would say, either both, if they're the same or different? What would they say would be your mantra that you have designed for their life?
Always operate in excellence.
Always
in everything that you do.
I love that. Now let me ask you, because we know that motherhood didn't come with a pamphlet or any how-to kit. So what would Brandon and Lauren say they wish you would have or they wish you wouldn't have done?
That's interesting. self-esteem. You know, they will oftentimes say they wish that I would not have homeschooled them when they were younger.
Okay.
They say that to me often because I was married before.
Right.
And during that time, my husband had lost his job, and he was at home pursuing some careers at home, you know, being an entrepreneur. And we thought it would be an opportunity for them to homeschool, to learn some new things, and to be at home with their dad. Well, that was not a good decision because they did not like it at all.
Okay.
And so my daughter will oftentimes say, Mommy, I think you really hurt me because I didn't want to homeschool. It was boring. But she ultimately was able to really thrive in middle school. And well, she started elementary school at 5th grade, and then she went into middle school. But that would be one of the things that they would say. Yeah. You should have done
no homeschooling.
No, nothing against homeschooling.
Right. Well, right. And that's the thing, though. Some things will work for some people that won't work for others.
Right.
So, and you brought that you were once married.
Yes.
And so we definitely have just another one of our commonalities. So tell me about, would you rather, minus the kids, let's take Lauren and Brandon off, okay? Would you rather have never loved at all or to have loved and lost?
I like loved and lost because even in my marriage, I was married for 21 years, and I was 100% sold out to the marriage.
Yeah.
And I truly believe in the sanctity of marriage, and I was one of those women that gave it my all, every single thing. But we just really grew apart.
Yeah.
And, you know, through the counseling, through all of the support, it just came a time where I had to really do some soul searching and decide, you know, is this a life I want to live, or do I want to just, you know, free myself and pursue the lifestyle that I wanted? And it was really tough because, you know, I'm really rooted and grounded in my faith, and I used to always think, oh, God hates divorce, and how dare you get a divorce? Right. But I just really spent a lot of time with him, praying and asking for guidance and direction on which way I should go. And I can truly tell you that I gave it everything I had, and when I made the decision to leave, I left empty, meaning I left it all on the floor.
Yeah.
So I left with no regrets.
No regrets, which was, that answers my next question. You left with no regrets, no looking back, being able to embrace the time that you had, but running toward the future.
Absolutely.
So, is Maxine Cain open to new love?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I really am. I just feel like God will bless me with that man. I'm not one of those women that will go out searching for men. I just truly believe that he will send the man for me. So
well, if this man happens to be watching,
if he happens to be watching,
what is Maxine's non-negotiables?
Well, I say this all the time to my friends, that I need a grown man who is about his business, who knows how to treat a woman, and is an elegant, sophisticated man that knows that life is short. He has to know how to treat me, and I just want him to be a successful person that loves the Lord and can thrive in his own right.
I hear that. I hear that. Okay. Well, tell me, and for the man that happens to be watching this, what's a vulnerability of Maxine's?
A vulnerability of mine is I'm kind of embarrassed to say this. I just don't ever want to be broke. And so I really work very hard to not. I've been in that place before where I just didn't have money, and I couldn't really do the things that I needed to do because I had gone through a lot of things.
Right.
And so when you get in that place of brokenness and you don't really have anybody to rescue you, I came to terms with no one is going to rescue you but you. And so you got to do the things that you need to do to make sure that you're whole, that you're good, and that you can provide for yourself.
Okay.
And so that is a big vulnerability of mine. And so that's one of the reasons I go hard every day.
Okay.
And I just work really hard to provide for me and my children until that special man comes along. Okay. But that's probably one of my weaknesses because I really work a lot.
Right. Okay. No, and just woman to woman, you know, we definitely have different paths, but so many commonalities. When you think about, when you said brokenness and you connected that with money, though, can someone be whole and not have
Oh,
those
absolutely.
riches and wealth?
Absolutely. And the reason I connected it with money is because, you know, I went from having it
Right.
to not having it and feeling like, oh my God, you know, who's going to
Yeah,
help me? Because
right.
that's not a good place to be.
Oh, I agree.
You know, when you are a female out here and you're a single mother and you're trying to pursue your careers and take care of your family and you don't have money coming in and there's not money in that bank account
Yeah.
and those bills are rolling around every
Faster
30
than you
days and you're thinking, how am I going to do this?
Right.
And then when you're trying to reach out to people to help you, they're not helping.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so you're like, what am I going to do? You can't keep borrowing money from everyone.
Right.
And you can't have this poor pitiful me attitude and you can't cry about it. You got to do something about it.
Right.
And so that's what I do. I pray, I listen, and I know that God is my provider, and I ask Him to show me what it is that I need to do every day to do the things that He's called me to do, and I thrive in that. And so He is truly my provider.
Absolutely.
So it's not necessarily that, you know, I'm linking everything to money, but, you know, you have to also be realistic to know that you have to
have money to do a lot of
and,
things.
and you can't always borrow and think that somebody's going to come around and pay all your bills for you.
Right.
And, you know, which some people find that okay, but
Right.
that can easily dry up too, right?
Certainly.
You know? That can
Certainly.
easily dry
That
up too.
exactly
And
puts you in a
so-
lot of difficult positions when you don't have your own and you have to stay longer than you may have wanted to stay. You know, you make decisions based on not being able to provide for yourself. So I hear you.
Absolutely.
I would like for you to talk to someone out there, maybe a woman trying to decide if she's going to leave. Maybe it's the girl that's broken. I don't know, but give them something that will inspire, encourage, edify, and uplift for them to know that you've been there and you were able to turn it around.
I would say the main thing for me, to you, as women out there today who are trying to make some really, really tough decisions about your life, is to first look within yourself and pray and ask God to show you who you are. And before you try to make that next step, you gotta know just who you are and to be able to stand in your own truth about that and be a purpose-driven entrepreneur, purpose-driven professional, purpose-driven single mom, whatever that may be. Just knowing what God has called you to do first, and then look within yourself to align to what God is saying. And if you do that, you're not going to go wrong. And I know sometimes we make decisions for the wrong reasons, but if you are rooted and grounded in whatever your faith is, and have that compass that tells you daily what it is that you need to do, then that's how you should really make your decisions. I get up every day. I don't think about yesterday. I don't think about tomorrow. I think about today. And I get up and I pray and I ask God to show me what it is that He has for me to do that day. Always about the power of now, because all we have is now, right? And so if you can just stay in that space and go through your day, you'll be amazed at what God shows you throughout the day.
I love it.
So
Well,
that's how
thank
I make
you.
my
And I know that's going to be encouraging for someone. So lastly, before we go, if I was to give you a time capsule right now,
Okay.
give me 3 things that you would put in the time capsule for the next generation.
3 things in a time capsule for the next generation. So I'm going to think about if my daughter were to have some children,
Yes.
what would I leave for them? I would leave for them a Bible, for them to always know that the Word is the Word, is the Word. If they can't find the answer to whatever their life's problems are, to go to the Word and to seek His wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I would leave them wealth principles so that they understand how to create wealth and to generate wealth for themselves, because it's going to be a time where you're going to have those that have and those that have not, but you also have to have good wealth principles from a mindset perspective. So there's a book out called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, I think that would be a good book for them to really, it's all about mindset and how you see the world. So I want them to be rooted and grounded in their faith so that they can seek guidance, counsel, and understanding. I would want them to have a mindset around wealth principles and to live life to the fullest. And I would probably leave my own personal journal of my life stories and just some nuggets for them to know that all is well and that we love them and that they're going to be okay.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you. This has been an amazing moment, an amazing time with the one and only Atlanta's Maxine Cain, born and raised. Not many are born and raised and remain here in Atlanta, but she has been so gracious to be with us here on Significantly So with Loving LeAnn. And any parting words, Maxine?
Well, I just want to say thank you for having me on the show. You are so wonderful.
Oh,
it is such a blessing to just be connected with you and all the things that you're doing. I wish you much success with your new show. And I want to have you on my STEM Atlanta Women's team. I tell you, you are a powerhouse in this town. So as long as I can stay connected with you, we're going to be okay.
I think it's the other way around. But either way, once again, Atlanta's only #1, Maxine Cain. Tell me again how to get in touch with you. I do want to leave that.
STEM Atlanta Women on Facebook. You can email me at maxine@stematlantawomen.org.
Follow the Loving LeAnn, and you can find Maxine wherever I am.
Thank you.